these little guys made it through a cold night outside. I think it got down to 37 degrees. And I did have this big tub on top of their bigger tub to trap the heat. And but they're fully feathered, and they have a little heater in there. It's that black thing right there. And the heat lamp did come unplugged. I'm suspecting that one right there. Yep, pretty guilty looking. And but they did good. They're maybe about 6 weeks now, and they're starting to get pretty big. Still can't release them into gin pop because they are quite a bit smaller and will get pecked quite a bit. But 37 degrees might sound cruel to us Texans. You have to remember though that chickens are kept all over the world in very cold climates, and if they have feathers on and they're looking real healthy like these guys are, it's not too bad. I don't like to do that to them, of course. Not especially the heat lamp coming off. With the heat lamp on, it's pretty warm with that cover on and all their body heat in there being the loss from it being mitigated. But it does help keep them cold hardy and not become wimps to the cold. I did put them out here a few weeks ago, and it got really cold, down to 28 maybe. I had another heater in here, and I had a tarp covering most of it, with the exception of some air holes, of course. And it was actually pretty toasty in there, probably warmer in there than it is normally. But that was, I knew they couldn't handle that kind of cold, but like this. But they're doing good. And there is that one rooster right there, the Plymouth Rock one. You can see is larger, whatever you call it, the red thing. And I think I found another one of the Easter eggers that's a rooster. I'm not certain, because it's not as noticeable as that one, but I think it might be an Easter egger thing. It might be that one right there. He's a little bit bigger, and he's got a little more pronounced deal on top of his beak. You can see. But yep, that's him. We'll see. I haven't had Plymouth Rock or Easter eggers before. As you can see, I have buff orpingtons. These are these big fat ones that are kind of bullies to everyone else because they're bigger. These right here are, what do you call it? I can't remember the name of it. I like them, but they're kind of wimps. That is a Rhode Island Red, and those are leghorns, those little white ones. And this is a deer feeder that I have on a timer that shoots off some chicken scratch. That is primarily, I have it go off for 1 second in the morning. That was to get them used to the sound. But then it goes off in the evening when I want them to come back into the coop. And they've started to do that no matter what, but that's been my training mechanism. So that if I'm not here, they'll come in the coop on their own. Some oyster shell, I think that's granite. They need to get it up off the floor, but they eat it to help them digest food. This is the current feeder I'm using. They come in and step on it. It opens the door to the food, and that's supposed to keep mice out. And that's, you open that lid to fill it. And this is my barrel I keep all the food in right now. It's open because I was getting treats out for them. Some delicious mealworms. They love this. It's like crack to them. Watch. They want it all day long. I don't give them too much, but. And this is my water system I'm working on. I just glued on this fitting on the end that lets me connect my PVC to it. Fortunately, the place I bought it from, it came with that fitting, but it's entirely the wrong thread, and it's very difficult to find the right threaded fitting for that. So I'm trying to glue it with some strong epoxy, and I know it won't last forever, but maybe it'll last for a little bit. And so it comes out of this 250 gallon IBC tote. Yeah, 250, maybe a little bit more, really. Down in the pipe, and this side is not complete, but this side is more complete. I need to strap it up better, but basically that's what the finished product will look like. Water flows in the pipe. There's an end cap. The chickens peck the little yellow deal, and it fills the cups up with water. And there's an alternative kind of watering deal, and it's these kind of nipples. And I bought a bunch of those for the pipes, but I couldn't find a way to add them to a pipe and thread them on. And but I found that these, I think these are a little more natural for them to drink out of, because they peck the yellow deal and it kind of fills up that whole bowl with water, and it's a little more free flowing, while the little metal deals on these, I mean, it works great, they like it, but they have to, they get just a little drop, and you can see it works just fine. Well, I'm tilting it up so it's not actually working, but it works just fine, but I think the other is a little more natural. I think it's easier for them to peck the yellow plastic. It's less that they have to push it around, and more they just jostle it while they're getting the water that's already in the cup. So anyway, slight improvement. They cost a little bit more, but it's kind of a longer term deal. So I'm going to test that fitting today, make sure it's sealed all right, and then finish this pipe. I'm going to run it from there all the way into the inside coop, which is quite a bit smaller. I'll show you later. This is the outside coop. It is maybe 14 by 14 or so, and I put all these like dowel type rods for them to roost in. They always roost in the inside coop because that's what these bigger birds started with. That's their home, even when it's warmer outside. They always stay in there because that's where they like to be. Except right now they're only in the coop because I'm in here, but they'll definitely prefer to be out of the coop during the daytime. And I'm going to build a larger run so that they can be out and have some outside time even if I don't let them out. Especially once these guys are introduced, because there's a lot of chickens in here. There's 25 chickens in here. There's 9 of the larger ones. I started off with more and lost some along the way, and have really beefed up security since then, and my methods. I used to let them free range every day, whether or not I'm around, and that's I lost quite a few that way. Had 15, so I've lost 6. and that's not fun to find a dead chicken. And so that's why I only let them free range when I'm around, which is why I want to build a chicken run going out that way, fence it in. I won't do this. I definitely recommend this hardware cloth. That's what this is called. It's this really stiff, hard metal fencing, basically, but it's difficult to work with and it's expensive. So out here I was going to just do your kind of normal welded wire fence, or the woven wire, we'll see, and T-posts, make a yard, and then on top of that maybe put chicken wire on top to keep the hawks out, or do something else. But that way they can get outside. They have more room, even if I don't let them out. But free ranging is definitely ideal, and so I try to let them do that as much as I can. Their eggs taste so much better. There's less waste inside the coop, less cleaning you have to do. They hardly eat their chicken food. I give them organic chicken food, but they hardly eat it because they don't really need to. They like to forage and find worms and bugs and vegetables, fruit, grass, all kinds of stuff. But I definitely need to give them some more room for these guys, because I'll have 34 chickens, and my coop's plenty large enough for that. But the more room, the better, and the happier they'll be, and the better their eggs will taste. And I'm hoping there's 2 roosters in here. I know there's at least that one. You can have like 1 rooster per 12 chickens or so, depending on their breed and the mix you have. But I think I have a pretty good mix. I don't have any 2 really large chickens, mostly the buff orpingtons. These Plymouth Rocks will get pretty large, about the same size, I'm thinking. But there's not as many of them. There's mostly the Easter eggers, and I'm going for the Easter eggers because of they produce the kind of light green and blue eggs, and brown eggs as well. But I feel like that'll give me a market advantage with eggs. Everyone likes colored eggs. Why would you get white or brown eggs when you can get blue or green eggs? It's just fun. Grabs your attention. They don't taste any different. They're not any better for you. Looks like the chickens have been laying eggs right there. I have a nesting box inside the small inside coop. But if one lays out here, they all start laying out there. This wiring is not ideal. This is for just because I moved some not fully grown chickens outside. And that's so I can introduce them to the larger chickens without them being fully exposed. And I just cleaned that water bucket with the poop on it. I just cleaned it off. They just poop everywhere. And I'm going to clean out the shavings today. That's one of the biggest chores with these chicks, is cleaning out their little dwelling. And they go through this food pretty fast. They're growing fast. I think I filled those food buckets up just before taking this video, and they've already gone through half of that one. That's because they were low and hungry. But prior to that, it was a couple days ago that they were both full, and they go through water pretty quick. I highly recommend that type of water over the more open-faced ones that look like that, because they very quickly muddy the water, and it's gross, and it evaporates and you'll be filling it up every day. I can fill that one up a couple times a week instead, and the water stays clean because it's closed. That's it for today.